Captain Pendragon after action report for Tuesday, September 26, 3303. After hearing reports of alien contact in the Plieades sector, I took Rescue 2 out to search for survivors and any data we can find. In the Plieades sector, I was pulled from hyperspace by not one, but two Thargoid vessels. While the ship remained operational to begin with, soon after the Thargoid ship initiated the shutdown pulse, leaving me completely dead in the water. Or mostly anyway. I succeeded in launching a camera drone, and I was able to view things in much more detail, luckily. The first Thargoid ship exited into their wormhole, into Hyperspace, wherever it is they head. The other one came in closer to scan. No hostilities, just seemingly watching. I turned to face the craft, but ship systems were not able really to get a good reading, but a series of, at the moment, incomprehensible numbers, seemingly in base 8, but we haven't got any further with decoding that so far. Launching the camera drone again, I was able to capture little detail on the Thargoid vessel until switching on full beams on Rescue 2. Initial investigation showing some interesting markings on the cockpit. We moved round to get plan and rear views, although unfortunately, as we were trying to get a closer look at the back of the craft, the camera feed was disrupted, very likely by the same interference that is stopping sensor scans of the vessel completely. When the footage picks back up again here, we can really see the size difference of the vessel. The difference is fairly great, although I did note that this craft was in no way confrontational, but as we'll see a little bit later, it does match position and rotation to remain facing me at all times. Very interesting, when taking the cam drone in for a closer view of the cockpit, I saw what I personally believe to be some form of Thargoid being. We know from historical data that the species is insectoid, and the picture I see here seems to show two inhabitants of what we assume to be the cockpit, both having huge similarities with old Earth grasshoppers. The size, of course, is much greater, and they appear to have a further praying mantis-style appendage on the top with sharp hooks. Further to this, I believe the two circular effigies we can see at the back to be portals which the beings can crawl through. At the moment shut, however, I believe those could open. They look to be roughly the right size for the beings to crawl through. On deploying hardpoint, sensors picked up a similar action from the Thargoid vessel, though no weapons were shown. My scans revealed nothing as expected, apart from some new planetary bodies. As mentioned before, no matter what actions my ship took, speed up, slow down, backwards, forwards, they were matched exactly by the Thargoid craft, staying almost exactly 485 meters away at all times.
Evaluated subject at the Bank of America, number 81, Mill Hill Road, between Brook Road and Playhouse Way, 921-56 well.
Turning away and initiating super cruise, I was inhibited by a factor of 30. Surprisingly, when launching the camera drone once more, I was surprised to see the craft keeping up with me as I jumped to the next sector. Again, no hostilities. Rather eerily, it just kept position and kept watching the vessel. Further reports follow with more interaction.